Hello students, welcome to my channel VK Voice. So let us start with the second part of the chapter pulleys. Last time we have discussed about the single fixed pulley, then single movable pulley, that all things we have discussed. But there is a problem in movable pulley, and the problem is if you need to apply the effort in the downward direction, how it is possible. So today I will start with the same problem, and the problem is how you can change the direction of effort in case of single movable pulley. So first topic is way to change the direction of effort. Now this can easily be done. How? You just use two pulley. One is movable pulley and other is a fixed pulley. In that case, what will happen? I will show it with the help of diagram. The effort will be in the downward direction. You can see over here in this diagram. Effort is in the downward direction. Now the next topic which we are going to discuss today is the difference between single fixed pulley and single movable pulley. What is the difference? First difference, in case of single fixed pulley, its position is fixed. But in case of movable pulley, its position is not fixed. It can move. Second difference is the mechanical advantage and velocity ratio of single fixed pulley is how much? 1. While in case of movable pulley, mechanical advantage and velocity ratio is 2. Second difference. Now the third difference is the weight of the pulley do not affect the mechanical advantage in case of fixed pulley, but the weight affect the mechanical advantage in case of single movable pulley. And next difference is what is the function of fixed pulley? Function of fixed pulley, to change the direction of effort. And movable pulley's function is it act as force multiplier. So this is also a difference. And the last difference is in case of fixed pulley, the effort is applied downward direction. But in case of movable pulley, effort is applied in the upward direction. So these are the few differences between the fixed pulley and movable pulley. Now next topic which I am going to discuss with you is combination of pulleys. Combination. Why we are to combine the pulleys? Why we should use many pulleys in place of one pulleys? The reason is, in case of movable pulley, mechanical advantage is 2. That means the effort required in the case of single fixed pulley is only half of the load. But sometimes what happens, the load is very, very heavy. In that case, effort required will be more. To reduce the effort further, more pulleys are used. In that case, what will happen? The mechanical advantage will be greater than 2, and since the mechanical advantage is greater than 2, in that case the effort will be reduced. So more is the number of pulleys, more will be the mechanical advantage, and hence lesser effort will be required. So this is the need. This is why we are using combination of pulley. Now the first combination of pulley is number 1. You can use one fixed pulley and many movable pulleys. First combination is one fixed pulley and many movable pulley. Now let us see how it functions. You can see in the diagram here, you are having this pulley D. This pulley is fixed with the rigid support over here, but you are having A, B, C. These 3 pulleys are there which are movable pulleys. So A, B, C are movable and D is fixed. Now what will be the effect of this? What will be the advantage of this that we are going to discuss today? Now see in the diagram, if the balance state is there, if equilibrium is there, in that case what will happen? This effort will be balanced by the tension T3. Effort will be balanced by the tension T3. Now that I have written over here, effort is equal to T3. So first thing. Now see the diagram again. Here, this load is supported by two tension, this T1 and again here T1. So you are having two tensions, T1 and T2. Single load L is supported by two tensions, T1 and T1. That means 2T1. So I have written over here 2T1 is equal to L, which implies T1 is equal to L by 2, equation number 2. Now again see the diagram here. See this tension T1, this tension is supported by further two tensions, this and this, T2 and T2. So T2 plus T2, 2T2, and they support T1. So I will write 2T2 is equal to T1, which implies T2 is equal to T1 by 2, and the value of T1 was L by 2. So L by 2 into 2, you will be having L upon 2 raised power 2. L upon 2 raised power 2 over here. Now again see, this tension T2 is supported by further two tensions, this T3 and T3. So T3 plus T3, 2T3, and its support T2. So 2T3 is equal to T2. 2T3 is equal to T2, which implies T3 is equal to, again, you know, the T3 is equal to how much? T2 by 2, and the value of T2 is this. So T2 by 2, that means L 2 raised power 2 into 2. So you will be having 2 raised power 3 over here. So T3 is equal to L by 2 raised power 3 over here, equation number 4. Now from here, from the same equation, you can find L, cross multiply this. So L is equal to 2 raised power 3 into T3. 2 raised power 3 into T3. I have just cross multiplied. L is equal to 2 raised power 3 into T3. 2 raised power 3 into T3, equation number 5 over here. So if I use equation number 1 and 4, that means this equation and this equation, equation number 4, in that case I will be getting, you know, E is equal to T3. E is equal to T3. Now the value of T3 is, you can see, the value of T3 is L upon 2 raised power 3. So here this is the value of what? This is the value of T3, and the value of T3 is L upon 2 raised power 3. So you are having E is equal to L upon 2 raised power 3. Also, you know, the formula for the mechanical advantage is what? The formula is mechanical advantage is equal to load upon effort. Load upon effort. So you can see over here what is the value of load. I have already calculated, you know, the value of load that I have written over here, that we have calculated. You can see the value of load from equation number 5. L is equal to 2 raised power 3 into T3. So I have substituted the value 2 raised power 3 into T3, and the value of effort is T3. So put the value T3 over here, T3 cancel. You will be having mechanical advantage is equal to 2 raised to power 3. So mechanical advantage over here is, you know, it is not 2. It is 2 raised to power 3. That means 2 into 2 into 2. So this is very much greater than that of 2. Hence the effort will be very less. Now here you can see you are having A, B, C. These 3 pulleys are movable, and the mechanical advantage is 2 raised power 3. That means you can see number of movable pulley. 3 is the number of movable pulley. So if you are having movable pulleys equal to 4, then you will be having 2 raised power 4 mechanical advantage. Then if you are having 5, 2 raised power 5, and so on. So if in general you are having suppose n movable pulleys, in that case mechanical advantage will be 2 raised to power n, where n is number of movable pulleys. Now keep it in your mind. N is number of movable pulley. Here in this diagram you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pulleys are there, but one pulley is fixed. So only 1, 2, 3. 3 pulleys are movable. So mechanical advantage is 2 raised to power n. In this way, the effort required over here will be very less. If I increase the number of pulley, effort will be also decreasing accordingly. So that is why we use the combination of pulleys. Now today my video will become just a bit little lengthy, so I don't want to do this. And the next lecture I will just start with the velocity ratio in the same case. But before I conclude, I just congratulate our student Prachi, who has given a right answer. Excellent beta, keep it up, and it should inspire other also. Thank you for watching my